With a new DLC comes new builds, and this is no exception with the 6-path Sasuke DLC and Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker. I took a day, broke down the builds, broke down the jutsus, and I finally can say with full confidence that I had discovered the best builds for the new 6-path Sasuke DLC and Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker. I don't want to waste any more of your time, so let's hop into it.
I lost gang numbers, I can't act cool. I got gang scriptures in my tattoos. I was running from the police in my trap shoes. Posted trying to flip 100, I come back full. Come from nothing, but I blossom to a tycoon. Betrayal scars, case I think
Let's get right into the first build, my guys. In the first time of Shinobi Striker history, they finally gave tanks an actual jutsu that literally tanks. The first jutsu for the first build is gonna be Susano Armor. For a while, we were the only game without a Susano ribcage, and with this DLC, they finally fixed that. Now, this jutsu allows you to be a tank and allows you to block any attack. Now, there's a few things that can get rid of the Susano ribcage. With the Susano Armor, it'll auto defend for you, so you don't have to hold your L2 or your block whatever console you are on, and to push block, all you have to do is use the Susano Arm. There is actually a few things that will take you out of the Susano Armor. To highlight a few here, all ultimates will take you out: Water Prison, Octo Hug, Explosive Clone, Amaterasu, and I thought Paper Bomb was quite interesting as well. That next jutsu is going to be Body Blow, which you can get from the Neji DLC. Now, they buffed this quite well. It has a 13-second cooldown. If you hit somebody, they can't use substitution. Also gets rid of negative status elements. Also gets everybody off the base and gets rid of super armor and breaks water pillar and sand shield. To my surprise, you can actually use Body Blow inside of the Susano Armor. So if you do get hit with one of those counters, you can actually Body Blow. Unfortunately, your armor will still break, but you won't get hit as hard as you normally would. Before we get into the ultimate, let's talk about that ninja tool and clone. Since this most likely will be a base build, guys, go ahead and use Purple Lightning, which will give you super armor and does incredible amount of damage. Guys, don't forget Purple Lightning also allows you to break water pillar, and sand shield also allows you to keep those combos going without flinching. From the reanimated Itachi DLC, we'll be using the Shadow Clone Explosion clone. Guys, you guys remember when I said one of the counters was Shadow Clone Explosion? So if the enemy is using the Susano Armor, we sub, we get rid of their Susano Armor, we use Purple Lightning, and then use our own Susano Armor. There we go, guys. We're on the base for good. There's no surprise here. It's gonna be Karma Linchpin. Guys, Karma Linchpin is absolutely ridiculous right now because it allows you to get it about 3 times. It charges as you're using it. It boosts your attack. It boosts your defense. And guys, you literally get rid of jutsus and special gauges while it's going on. So nothing can really hurt you except for taijutsu. Here's why you need to be running this build. Susano Armor and Body Blow are a cohesive pair, guys. You can get rid of one, but Body Blow will get rid of the negative status elements. And guys, you can actually use Body Blow in the middle of a Susano Armor block. Guys, Purple Lightning is also another super armor move, same as the Susano Armor. You have 2 super armor moves, and it's going to be real hard to get rid of both at the same time. Highly recommend they use that triangle spam and moon sword as well with 2 super armor moves. A lot of people are going to be running Susano Armor, and now with the explosion clone, we can go ahead and get rid of that armor. Not only is Karma Steel great to control a base, it also has really great buffs that allows you to one-shot people because the attack boost is so great. Yo! The first jutsu on the second build is Flying Thrust Heavenly Hand Power, which is from the new Sasuke DLC. Guys, you throw a kunai, you Rinnegan switch it, and you Chidori through anybody in the way. It's a powerful jutsu. I highly recommend that you get it. Guys, this is nothing like Flying Rajin level 2 where you actually have to connect the kunai to your opponent. No, this is throwing the kunai, you Rinnegan switch it, and the Chidori will track whomever you're targeting. We're going back to one of the best DLCs, the Neji DLC for Hazan Strike, which you strike your enemy and they lose their sub and give a stun animation. Go ahead and put on Swift Step from the Shisui DLC. This allows you to go supersonic speed, man. The ultimate is going to be Hidden Miss Jutsu, which blinds all your enemies and gets rid of their tracking and allows you to have an attack power and a movement speed boost. If you couldn't tell by the description of these builds, guys, this build is about speed. Hazan Strike is one of the best tracking abilities for all defenses and allows you to track down those swifty attack types using Uchiha Shuriken. Now, also with the new Chidori Rinnegan switch, basically, it allows you to simply track down again attackers, but also this could be a good flag running build for you with the Swift Step also allowing you to catch up to people, and then Hidden Miss to slow them down and also boost your movement speed and your attack speed as well. Yo!
No!
Go ahead and put on Hazan Strike yet again for the number 3 build. Hazan Strike allows us to chase down those attack types, especially those flag runners or maybe even a range. Hey, this allows you to get that flag off, and if you're using it for combat, it'll allow you to chase down anyone and protect who you're supposed to protect. The next jutsu is going to be Susano Armor, which allows you to have an auto deflect, or you can push block at any time and use that accessory that allows you to boost your secret technique or, you know, lower the defense of your enemies. I've become a huge fan of using Swift Step on defenses of late, so I highly recommend that you try it out. For the ultimate, we'll be using Indra's Arrow, which we use the power of the tail beast to fire an arrow, hitting results in a blast that knocks out all enemies within range. In addition, lightning strikes the point of attack, dealing additional damage. Here's why you should be running this build. Hazan Strike will literally let you catch up to anybody, take away their sub and a little bit of their special gauge, but a lot of times we do get stopped before we can even use Hazan Strike, and that's where Susano Armor will auto deflect for us unless they have a counter, of course. While defending a spot, whether it be flag or even base, that's where Susano Armor will come in useful at. Guys, you can just sit there and block, deflect, whatever you need to do to defend that base. Susano Armor is perfect for that, and with Hazan Strike, we can just sit there and take away their subs and beat them to heck. After playing in a few matches, I've learned you need to bait to see if any of the people that you're fighting have counters to your Susano Armor, so don't use it right away on the base or the flag. See if they have Amaterasu, bait the Amaterasu out, and then use it because it's about a 16-second cooldown for their next Amaterasu. Honestly, you could switch out Indra's Arrow for any ultimate because honestly, Indra's Arrow, simply put, is so hard to hit sometimes just based on you can easily dodge it, especially if you're really high up when you use it. Also, the ground, when it hits the lightning, isn't that powerful. It only does about half your health anyways, so I highly recommend that you maybe switch that one out because also it takes a while to get, so you don't really want an ultimate that you can easily dodge, and it takes a while. I will say this though, if it does hit, it's a GG's. Your whole team is dying. I'm gonna acknowledge real quick that there's a lot of jutsus that are repeating in this build video, but guys, simply put, these are the best jutsus for defense overall and not just the new DLC. Well, guys, I'll see you in the next one.